Hello, everyone, and welcome to Activated You. Today we have a special guest on, and I'm going to introduce him now. We have Dwight Tucker. Welcome.
Thank you.
We're happy to have you before 1 Million Cups airs, and today we're just going to talk about you.
Okay. That never happens a lot, but I love it.
Tell the audience, what does Dwight Tucker do? What does Dwight Tucker love to do to have fun and to make money and to just make a difference in the world?
Oh, man. One thing, that's a really hard question, I'm not going to lie, because I do a lot of different things.
Yeah.
I try. I have that entrepreneurial mindset, and I've been having that for quite a long time because what I do right now, I own and I run an RV repair company. It's called Delicate RV Repair.
Delicate RV Repair?
Delicate RV Repair.
Okay.
Yep. The big brand is Delicate and Secured.
Yeah.
So that's my parent company.
Okay.
And then Delicate RV is one of my DBAs because I do so many different things with RVs and RV field. Like just partnered with the Omaha Fireside Rentals. So we even rent RVs as well. Set it up for you at the campgrounds, Cunningham, Platte River, wherever you decide when you want to go.
Yeah. What made you come up with the name Delicate RV?
Well, I used to work for this nice and amazing dealership, RV dealership called Bishop's RV.
Okay.
And when I was working in there, I was in the back with the techs and a couple guys, and I was putting together this cabinet inside this R-Pod. It's a small unit, and inside this R-Pod, and I was dealing with this cabinet, and I had to put it back up, and I had a brad nailer. I didn't have a pin nailer at the time. I had a brad nailer, and I couldn't put that brad nailer through that cabinet because if I did, I probably had to pay for that and then pull it out and rebuild it all over again. It's too much money, right?
Right.
So I had to go borrow a pin nailer, and when I came back to complete the job, thought to myself like, these are delicate units.
Okay.
You know, so if you don't be delicate with these units when you're repairing them, you're going to have to pay for these units. And I wasn't doing that. And I told myself when I did start my own company, I was going to call it Delicate. So I feel like these RVs are delicate. These are somebody's investments.
Yeah.
You know.
I love that. I feel like that's like delicate is a word that you don't hear very often, but really like when you're dealing with something delicate, you're very intentional with it. And so you're putting a lot of like your time and energy into whatever that is that you're creating. So I love that name.
I appreciate it.
You bet.
I appreciate it.
So what's the backstory of Dwight Tucker? How did we get to this point before you started your own company?
Well, I want to say when I was one of those 14, 15-year-old guys in the neighborhood where I was walking around with a briefcase and I was always trying to get people together. There was this thing called prepaid legal services back in the day. My auntie, she got me onto that, and I was 15, and I would try to get together a lot of guys in the neighborhood and try to sell them and try to bring them on to be agents. So I was always had the entrepreneurial mindset, and then when I was 19, I got incarcerated, and when I got incarcerated, that's where everything kind of flipped the script and changed my life. But inside, I studied this book called 7 Habits of Highly Effective People.
By Stephen Covey?
Stephen Covey.
I named my cat Covey.
Yeah?
I literally named my cat Covey. I'm not kidding you because of that book.
I named my son Steven.
Okay, that's funny.
No, I didn't. I'm just playing.
Okay, I was going to say.
That ain't going to happen.
But like literally that book is my cat's. I mean, it's a girl cat too, but anyway, that's crazy. Keep going.
So the habit that got me was habit 2, I believe, was begin with the end in mind. On there, they had me write my eulogy.
Yeah.
This was in 2012. I wrote my eulogy in 2012, and I didn't like my end of story.
Yeah.
And ever since then, like that's when I changed. I started mentoring a lot of guys in prison. I was a math tutor, helped guys get their GED for years at OCC. I tutored MRT, 7 Habits. I even tutored that myself. So I always had that entrepreneurial mindset.
Yeah.
You know, in prison, I was the one with I had a menu that I put at all the poker tables, and it had to be you had to have your order in by Thursday, pay Friday, pick up Saturday.
Yeah.
And so I kind of had this entrepreneurial mindset inside. So then when I got out, I was like, you know what? I need to be doing something that's different. You know? Incarcerated, I had people beating on tables, rapping. So I'm like, I always want to be polar opposite. So I said, I'm gonna try to sing.
Yeah.
Which I do have a show coming up on the 18th.
Cool, where's that gonna be?
Dreamland Lounge.
Dreamland Lounge.
Yep, 39th and Names.
Yes.
You hear that? 39th and Names.
On what day?
The 18th. It's
April
a Saturday.
18th?
Yep, April 18th.
All right.
6:30 doors open, 7 o'clock starts.
There we go.
Yep.
Okay.
So I sing and I play guitar now, on top of everything else that I do. So when I got out and I was trying to figure out what field I wanted to get in. I tried to find my niche. I realized that there was not a lot of people like me in the RV industry.
Yeah.
And that's real new to us. So I'm like, you know what? I need to go in there and tap into that market. And I applied for business for a sales position, but I got the tech position. It was okay. It was the best thing because now I'm here.
Yeah.
And I run my own repair company. And not only that, since it's my own repair company, I can do what I want to do. Yeah. So I chose to sell. So I sell for customers. I rent for customers. I set it up for customers. I inspect for customers. And then I repair for customers.
Do all of it. Well, and I feel like having that background on the technician side is really what makes a business owner a great business owner, because you know all facets of it, Definitely. Not just the ownership side of it. You know the nitty gritty and the delicate, where the delicacy needs to come in and actually make a RV special for people, and delicate in every part of the journey of having a client on the other end. I'm an entrepreneur myself, so I understand that each step is just as important as the end step. It's the journey, definitely. So, okay, I love that you basically taught on my favorite book. That is why I named my cat that cat. But when you were incarcerated and you were kind of mentoring these people, how did you kind of navigate that you knew that this was going to be an opportunity to either, I feel like some people can either be the victim in that situation or kind of be the person that's, wow, this is going to be an opportunity for me to make my life better in a whole new way. I think that's really rare. But how did you decide, like, this is what I want for myself?
Well, I decided that because I realized what I didn't want for myself.
Yeah.
I decided what I did not want for myself. I did not want to be a loser. I did not want to come out of prison and be like the regular person, like, oh, I just did 20 years. I got to find my way back into society. No. So I stayed in the classes. I stayed on the computers. That's why I was a teacher's aide all the time. And I got trusted because I did what I was supposed to do. So I knew that my life wasn't over.
Yeah.
I knew I was young. I knew that I was an entrepreneur at heart. I knew I had a legacy. I want to leave a financial legacy for my kids.
Yeah.
And so I hit the ground running.
I think your setbacks are sometimes like just as important part of a story.
It is the most important part of the story.
Absolutely.
Because you got to build yourself up. I call myself enhanced because, so before I went to prison, I studied psychology. I was at Peru State, played basketball there.
Cool.
And my minor, I majored in business administration, and I minored in psychology because I wanted. Yeah?
Well, I minored in psychology, but yeah.
Oh, okay.
What would you give younger you? What advice would you give younger you?
Stay focused. You have a lot of ideas in your head. You have to stay focused. That's what I would give, advice I would give to myself, advice I would give to anybody that's an entrepreneur in the community. Don't think that nothing's too far-fetched.
Yeah.
Because I thought a lot of stuff was too far-fetched till when I got out and I started doing research, I'm like, this is pretty easy to do.
Yeah.
Like, you just have to have the time to do it.
Well, and I think too, if you don't have a focus point, you can go as fast as you can, as hard as you can, but the rest is just noise. And then you get distracted so easily with, oh, well, I could do this and I could do this. And I know this because I'm like, I have a new idea every single day. So it can be hard, but being focused is, how would you say, what's the best way to stay focused?
Best way to stay focused is, honestly, having somebody like-minded on your team.
Yeah.
That's going to keep you focused as well. Being able to set yourself up with on your calendar, on your daily calendar, you have to spend time to be focused. So if you prep yourself with your weekly priority schedule, you should put in there at least an hour block for the whole week total. But you have to break that down to 20 minutes. Yeah. That's what I would do.
That's isn't that one of the steps too? I feel like Stephen Covey gave. Yeah. He said, plan your week out, not like don't go hour by hour or day by day. Give yourself the whole week to plan out, so you have something to look forward to. But then give yourself some time in there to readjust and pivot.
And that's what I do every Sunday.
Yeah.
Yep. Sunday from 2 to 4. That's my 2-hour block.
Yeah.
I sit down with my wife and we go there and we get everything down that we need to get, when it comes to the kids, what she has to do, what I have to do, what customers I have, if I got to add new customers on, or technicians that I hire.
Yeah, okay, that's very cool. Do your kids help out with the business?
Actually, yes. My son's been helping out since he was 13. He's 16 now. He was just with me last week. Last week, we had to go do a diagnosis on his AC unit.
Okay.
So, and then put up an awning. So he was scared with that, but he actually helps out. My daughter, she does my inventory.
Oh my gosh, we had a whole family affair here.
She's 10, so I pay her for my inventory. So like when I get something in, I make sure I take my picture and I send it to her and make sure she logs it.
Okay, so you got 2 kids?
I have 4. I have 5 kids.
Okay.
I have 5. I had 2 kids. That's mine. And 3. That's bonus. So
Okay.
I got
3
5
bonus.
kids. Yeah,
We love that.
5 kids.
Well, when you are thinking of the future of your business, what is like one dream or goal that you're kind of looking forward to in expanding or moving to or adding to? Have you thought about that?
I have thought about that. I'm looking forward to franchise my repair company because, like I said, we do more than just repair. And I want to bring the detail side there, the rental side there, and the repair side there, anywhere I'll put it at. Right now, I'm currently working on transitioning a franchise down to Waco, Texas.
Okay.
Yeah, I have my uncle out there. He came up 2 weeks ago and asked me about it. It was questioning me, and I told him I really want to do this step, make this huge step. And he said, well, I have a campground down there that we just started. I have 3 campers of mine that's there, and we're looking for a repair company to come down there that we can franchise off of. I'm like, why not with me? He's like, yeah. That's why I'm talking to you. I'm like, okay.
Perfect.
So that's my plan. My plan is to franchise and get Delicate RV repair in different states.
That's awesome. Have you had great success in Omaha so far, though?
I have. I don't do a lot of my marketing, I get beat on because of my marketing. So I don't pay for marketing. Yeah. I do a lot of word of mouth and Facebook groups and Googles, and I've been doing pretty dang good with that. But I was told once I jump up and start to pay for advertising, then it should give me a super boost.
Organic marketing is huge. I mean, it's a free outlet, and honestly, it's like you said, word of mouth. People trust people, especially more with the age of AI and what you can put out on the internet. You have to fact check a lot. So having that word of mouth is huge, and Facebook groups is huge. That was one thing I was totally not utilizing when I started my business, and I realized that was like a huge missed market. People just want to see your face behind the people that they're purchasing from.
It is. It's a blessing and a curse, though. I say that because I've lost a lot of customers because they look up, like I'm not hiding. You look up the owner of Delicate RV Repair or Delicate and Secure, my name pop up. So first thing people are gonna do is Google. So they see that I lost a lot of customers because they Googled and they seen that I was incarcerated. But it's okay though.
So how do you kind of flip the script with that? Because I love that. I feel like everyone should be an open book. You kind of told me about your story before we started, and I think that's very admirable, not hiding anything about, your past and what made you who you are today. So is there like a certain way that you flip the script of like, no, I understand, this was my past, but this is who I am now, and this is my future? Well,
I can't flip the script in their minds for them.
True.
So that's on them.
Very true.
Me personally, I care less what they think. I'm gonna keep pushing no matter what. Because I'm quite sure the judge, everybody else thought something about me. It's okay. But I guarantee you, anybody that meet me, they can't tell that I did all that time in prison. They couldn't tell that. So how I flip the script is come on podcasts like this. And be a part of Rise and be a part of 180 Rap Program and mentor and help them out, get to the next level.
Share your story. Your story will kind of put you into places you didn't even realize. I feel like being able to use your voice and not hide from things is the only way that we can move forward in life. I think that's incredible.
That is.
So how can people get a hold of you if they were to, look into the RV industry or just get to know you or maybe play guitar next to you?
Well, if you want to play guitar next to me, you want to look up Quayle _DA_Cadence, CADENCE. Quayle is spelled KWELI. You can look me at that on Instagram and Facebook. DelicateRVRepair.com is how you can look me up online. If you want to give me a call, if you would like to set up a repair, if you're looking for a rental that you want placed at Lake Cunningham next week, because it's about to be beautiful out there.
Yep, we got some good weather coming.
531-721-6066. You can give me a call as well.
Beautiful. Well, thank you, Dwight, for coming on. It was so nice to meet you.
It's so nice to meet you.
And if I'm on the lookout for an RV, I know who to call.
Even if you're not on RV for a lookout, if you just want to go relax with your mate or just relax by yourself and you want a good serene background.
All right.
Hit me up.
I might let you know about that.
Hit me up.
All right.
Very affordable prices.
Beautiful. Well, thank you so much. Thanks for tuning into Activated You, and we'll see you next time.
All right. Thank you.